Tiny Home Tours would love to give a shout out to Nowhere Vans. They are a nomadic company and they do excellent work. If you're looking to have a full van build done, partial, or even just installing some solar, which can be a big headache for a lot of people, make sure to check out their website. You can see the excellent work that they do and reach out to them for any additional information you may need.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Chelsea.
I'm Adam. Come on in. Alright, so this is our kitchen. We just got our cabinets from Home Depot, just the stock, kind of bottom of the barrel cabinetry. We didn't really want to do it ourselves, so what we did was we reinforced it where we could with glue and then a couple studs. The countertops were just plain butcher block that we stained ourselves after we cut it down to size, and then cut a big hole in it for our Ruvati sink here. So under the cabinets we have our hot water heater. It's a ventless, tankless water heater. We've got storage for, you know, cutlery and bowls and cups, sponges, stuff like that. Over here we have all of our cleaning stuff. We've got a basket of, you know, Clorox wipes, all the cleaning essentials type stuff. On this side we have our 2-burner stove, propane. Propane runs through the floor out to the bottom where we keep that propane. Underneath we have our WeBoost, our pots and pans. So all the decorative stuff Chelsea found online on Amazon, most of it. You know, these awesome baskets to hold stuff. We usually take some of this stuff down when we're driving so it doesn't get too heavy and bounce around. We've got a nice little cocktail set. It's important. We wanted a full-size fridge. Some people do the short, you know, beer fridges, but with our kids we needed a full fridge because they literally never stop eating. One of the cool things about our kitchen is our hidden spice rack, and you'd almost never see it if you didn't know to look for it. But you pull that, and you got all your spices, some bubbles, some Tums, family stuff. Above the fridge we have more storage. This is kind of like a pantry storage area. Keep our bread up here. Some of the taller stuff that's maybe not going to fit in the spice rack or the fridge that doesn't need to be kept. On all of our cabinets we also put RV latches as well as magnets to keep them closed while we're driving, because the first few trips we had cabinets open and things break, so it was important to keep them closed while we were driving. One of the important things about living in a bus is making use of dead space, and underneath our main cabinet we just had this whole area about that tall. It was open, so we wanted to make it useful, so we got baskets with magnets on the back, and there's a metal strip that goes down there and they click into place and don't slide out. Here we've got a broom closet. Doesn't have any shelves or anything. We've got our Swiffer, our broom, some solar panels for our jackery, yoga mat, all the jacket stuff that we hang up that's not going to fold up in our clothes. Over here is our main pantry, also where we put all our friends' stickers. We've got all these slide out drawers. Again, our kids literally never stop eating. So we've got plenty of room for food, snacks.
So this is the kids' bunks. We wanted to do something to make it individual for each kid. We made just kind of a little wavy facade. We wanted to make sure it was short enough just to not take up too much space, but also just to keep them from rolling out. Jet decided he wanted to hang up his Nerf guns here so he could be our home defense. And down here is where Parker sleeps. We put in a little baby gate here so we can put it up and down every night. And it pops up on both sides. And just kind of keeps him from rolling out. Keeps him safe. And it locks in so he can't push any buttons and bring it down. And then in the morning we just tuck it away. Down in these bottom drawers we've just got clothes for the kids. And in here we've got a lot of just our beach toys and a lot of our tension rods and stuff. We make sure to tension rod everything while we drive or it'll come flying off, especially this barn door. This barn door we use just for our bathroom. And the slides open or shut. And we put a little lock on the end to keep it closed while we're driving too. Adam and I actually met each other working at a deli shop right out of high school. And almost the same day we left for the military with 2 different branches. So I left with the Air Force, he left with the Marine Corps, and we just traveled all over the place with the branches. Christmas break, we somehow ran into each other and just sparks flew, and we ended up getting married shortly after and just continued traveling because it's something that we loved. We had kids, kept traveling, and then eventually my sister came over and she's like, hey, you've got to get a bus. We've got to convert them into skoolies. It's going to be great. I was like, no, that's crazy. That's a crazy idea. Nah, nobody does that. She's like, no, seriously, look on Instagram. Like, I'll show you these different accounts. And we were like scrolling through different accounts, like, and it was amazing. And maybe 2 or 3 days later, we were like, yep, that's it. We're going to do it. We're going to buy a bus. We bought one.
A week later, we bought it.
A week later, we bought a bus and we went through the demo and we're like, this is it. It's going to take us 3 months. 3 months, we're gonna hit the road. This is great, because it took us 2 days to rip out the seats. You know, we had a friend come over, we were ripping out seats. My sister and her husband were there. They were ripping seats out. Everything, the floor came out. 2 days, we were like, this is great. 3 months. 2.5 years later,
here we are.
We finished. Yeah. It was like a year into it, and I'm crying. I'm like, we're never gonna finish. This is so hard.
Arguments,
blood, sweat, tears.
Literal stitches.
Yeah. Stitches. Oh, things that should have been stitched and weren't. It was a great bonding experience. But 2.5 years, here we are on the road, just continuing to just fulfill that love of traveling that we have, wanting to introduce the kids to different cultures, seeing different things. It's just amazing how different this, even just the US is. So just being able to introduce our kids to that and seeing things is just, it's been a passion for us. All right, so this is our shower. We tiled it ourselves, so that was a huge learning process, but it was totally worth it. We think it turned out great. If you can see up here, we put little metal discs along the walls. And I sewed magnets into our shower curtain. So whenever we want to take a shower, I actually pull out the curtain and we just snap them along here and we're ready to go. And then we actually got a really small, tiny RV tub from Amazon. So the kids, they get just disgusting running around having their best life out in the desert. So every night we bring them in here, hose them off, and throw them into bed. So we've got 2 little hooks here just to kind of hang towels or loofahs or whatever we need. Figuring out the layout of the bathroom, one of the main things that was important to me was just making sure we had a bathroom that was big enough for me. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I wanted to have a bathroom where I had kind of both spaces. I didn't want the wet bath. I wanted somewhere, I never wanted to touch the body unless I had to. Unless I was dealing with that, I didn't want to touch it. So I made sure to separate the spaces. But one of the hardest things was finding the sink, because it had to be narrow enough that we could get in and out. So I had to search for a sink that was less than 9 inches, and we found this guy on Wayfair. So this is the bathroom that we have. We've got the classic Nature's Head toilet that everyone's got, and I have nothing bad to say about it. It's worked out great for our family. So on this side of the wall, we've got one of these little Edison lamps that I just love. We've got a nice big mirror that I just wanted to have so I could get ready in the morning. And then these built-in shelves are my favorite things. And I feel like I have to brag about them because I fought with Adam about it. He came in and he'd finished this wall. It was beautiful. He'd painted it. And I looked at him and I was like, nah, we're cutting into this. And we're going to make some built-in shelves. So he went back in and cut these out and made built-in shelves for me. And they are fantastic. And then we've got little hooks just to hang our towels. And then my favorite part are the light switches as well. You can take them out and they're wireless and they work.
So here's our bedroom. It's a queen size bed. We have our map up here so we can kind of daydream about where we're going to head next. Our dogs sleep underneath. A dog bed down there. Our water pump is also down there. In the very corner, our freshwater tank. And what's pretty cool that not many people know about is our bed platform actually splits in 2 and lifts up in case we need to replace that tank or access it for anything like that. Around the corner we have a fold down shelf that we can put a laptop on up at night and watch movies, watch Netflix, hang out. So here's where we keep all the clothes, most of the clothes. So we've got towels, washcloths, Chelsea's clothes, my clothes, and each of these drawers or each of these shelves is 2 of these deep. So there's another one of these in every one of them. We've got Parker's clothes, and of course the baby wipes, diapers.
Alright, so this is one of my favorite things about the bus. Ever since we've had it, I've been so scared about either the dogs or the kids falling down the stairs. So we had to find something out to fix that. Let me move this really quick. Can never be too safe, right? So we made a little platform for the kids. It goes right in here. Hook it in, put it down, and then we can shut the door and the kids can come and stand on it, and we don't have to worry about them falling at all, and it's a huge peace of mind. We've got a lot of people who have came in and looked and be like, wow, everyone that I've talked to has spent at least 60, maybe beyond over $30,000 just to do a conversion. How did you guys do this? How much was it? And the entire build to today, I would say, has been under $10 or $11,000. When we first started the build, I was so worried, right? Because I've never used an RV. We didn't know anything about this. We've never met anybody in the community, and I was saying, don't spend money on anything. To make it as cheap as you can, because I'm so scared we're going to spend a ton of money and I'm going to hate it. So just make it cheap. And that's what we did. So like the curtain rods, cheap. We did the furring strips. They were so cheap for the ceiling. Everything we got I found on sale. It was just because I was scared to spend money that we didn't like, so we were able to keep the build under $11,000.
And we were willing to make mistakes. There were a few parts of the build where we did once, didn't like it, did it again. Or did ourselves. Like, I've never tiled. I tiled our bathroom. It's not the greatest, but, you know, we like it.
We love it. So, what we've got a couple magnet hooks up here in the front. In the buses, everything's metal, so it's great just to throw some magnets on stuff and click them wherever you want. And they hold really well. We've got some cubbies down here in the front just to hold our keys when you first walk in. We've got our little custom shoe storage rack up in the front. When you're anywhere, you're just dragging mud everywhere. So we just wanted to have a designated place just to store our shoes for the time. We have this great steering wheel cover that Jessica from the Painted Buffalo got us. She custom makes them, so if you guys are interested in one, just hit her up, look her up on Instagram or something. She sells them. They're perfect. It's nice to be able to have different spaces to pick where you want to work. So I can either work over on the live edge or I can come over here and work. Just depends on where the best view is in the bus. We also have this great stereo system we found on Amazon. It's actually originally for ATVs, but it plugs right into the cigarette lighter. It's loud enough over the engine. It's exactly what we needed. We've got a WeBoost, so I work remotely. Important thing was just making sure that we had good internet service no matter where we were. So we bought the WeBoost, we have it installed up in the back, and we've got the receptor right here. So throughout the build, one of the most important things to me was just making sure that it was open and airy and it just didn't feel cluttered or tight. So we made sure not to put anything on the walls that we didn't need. We've got just a little bit of curtain rods here. I think this was just the cheapest option. We went to Home Depot, they got piping tubes. So they can custom cut them and rethread them for you. And we just installed them. I actually sewed these curtains with my mom. I'm not a seamstress, so it was probably the first and last thing I'll ever sew. We have these little leather straps, so whenever we're ready to close for the day, we unsnap them and spread it out. This is our live edge. There's a mobile lumber store in Maryland. It's called Cokinda & Son, so if you're ever up in Maryland, look them up. We got this 12-foot slab for, I think it was about $60. So in here we've got our entertainment center here. We open it up, we've got our curtains in here for overnights. I sewed magnets into them, so once we're there for the night, we just snap them up. We've got the same electrical box that I'm hoping every single person has in their house, where you just throw all your electrical wires. We've got different arts and crafts for the kids. And then here, we've just got a DVD player, our Xbox, some controllers, different books, and then we've got some treats for the puppies over here. We've got baskets. We have different baskets down here. We've got one for the dogs with their leashes, and then the rest of them are just kind of toys for the kids. So when we did the build, we wanted to make sure that we had separate living areas. We wanted to make sure that we had the living space and the kitchen, but we still wanted it to be open. So we made a little L-shaped couch just to kind of make a little bit of a divide, but it would still be wide open. We've got a ton of storage underneath. We've got different tools in case anything broke. We'd be able to get in there quick and fix it. We've got screens that are so awesome. We bought them off Amazon, and they're about 10 inches, so they fit right into the bus. But they can open or close as wide as you need them. So we can open them, put them here, up here in the driver's seat. We can flip them sideways and get them to fit right in there as well. So this is our ottoman that we actually found at Target, which was probably the best find because it matches the couch cushions that we got. So if you open it up, it stores all the stuff that I use for work. It's got my laptops, it's got DVDs for the kids in case they want to watch a movie, and it's just like totally awesome because I can use it as a seat if I want to work here during the day. And it also works because we can move it over here and put our feet up if we want to watch a movie at night. I love traveling with kids. I think it's the best, especially when they're young, they're little. They have to go anywhere you want anyway, as long as you fuel them with snacks. They usually stay happy. It's nice being in the school bus because we've got the beds here, we've got the bathroom, we've got the kitchen, everything within, 200 square feet. So if they're hungry, snacks. Tired, bed. Bathroom, right there. I never have to get out of the school bus to keep them happy, but we can go anywhere with them, and they've loved it. It's been really easy. We've got really relaxed kids actually. We took them to Africa when Jet was 3, and our kids are just meant to travel. I think they do really well on the road. It's been great.
Just showing the kids new areas, new geography. Like, we don't have these type of mountains in New Mexico. We can't see the beaches in New Mexico, but we can take them up to Washington, Oregon, anywhere. We can show them new things. We're gonna go see killer whales this summer. I mean, we can't do that just in New Mexico. But it's not for the faint of heart. If you're one of those people who need like neat and tidy all the time, there's gonna be toys everywhere. There will be blankets where they shouldn't be. There might be bodily fluids where they shouldn't be.
That's true.
So that's part of living in a bus with the kids. Teaching your 5-year-old how to use a composting toilet. They don't tell you in the instructions how to clean the poop flap.
My favorite part about that is we went to Walmart once and Jet went inside and he used the restroom. He was like, "Oh,
I can flush.
This is the first time I've used this kind of toilet in a long time." It was hilarious.
Thanks for watching, guys. We're Time to Go Adventure. If you want to see more of our bus, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, or timetogoadventure.com.
It was great having you here. I hope you guys maybe caught something that you would want to use for your own build, maybe some good tips. But it's just great having you here, and we enjoyed showing your home.
See ya.